Greetings and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents the Master of Puppets campaign, the side campaign to the Grimstone Chronicles, Season 1, Episode 26. I am your DM and host, Marty, joined by two-thirds of the Ontario crew, Adam and Mark. How is everyone doing on this fine Wednesday?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah? How's your hump day going, Adam? That good, huh?
I'm recovering from my workouts. I've picked up all the weight and then I have to go buy more because I picked it all up.
Got it.
So I'm feeling really good. Training from home is working. I'm hitting some like rep PRs.
Okay.
And I'm getting good focus and that sort of thing. So that's all good. It's all good.
Cool. Mark, what's new with you, man?
Not much. I just did some chores today because apparently we are the household that cleans before the cleaning lady comes because we don't want to be embarrassed. So,
Tidying before the cleaning lady comes makes sense. Like moving things out of the way so that they can actually access stuff. Because the last thing you want,
Yes.
the last thing you want your cleaning lady to do is to like put things away and clear stuff, or
that's
like
bad.
not touch
Yeah,
it. But,
we had her come in and organize. Don't get me wrong; she did a good job of organizing. Just I didn't know where anything was anymore.
See, I just leave the house.
Which isn't cool when you need oven mitts now.
See, to avoid the embarrassment, I just leave the house for an hour.
See, I just sit there playing video games going, don't look at me.
Don't judge me.
I feel you judging me.
Now, since the COVID has started, I have not done the monthly cleaning lady thing.
I don't have a cleaning lady. Apparently this is a thing. I didn't realize it was a...
It was only the last year that I decided. I'm like,
It's for lazy people.
Yeah.
I could clean my house, but I will be honest, when I do, it's not as good as this lady. Not even. I didn't even know my oven door came off. I'm like, you broke my oven. She's like, no, I'm cleaning in there. It goes right back on. I'm like, what are you, a mechanic too? What is this? This strange thing
I
you've
did
done
not
to...
realize that's a good tip. I'm going to look into that. So,
Man,
I don't know if you guys saw, I scampered to go turn the light off because there's a bunch of disorganized shit in my basement. We around the corner is now the gym back there.
Yeah, we can't
So
see
all
that far.
shit's
So
behind me.
I wouldn't be too too embarrassed about that. We can't see that far back there.
No.
There's some
Those are
like
the
nondescript
boxes
stuff.
going to Costco.
Yeah, okay,
That's
yeah.
right. Those carry my meat home.
Your video's a little bit cropped, so it's like just a green thing hanging out on the side of the...
There's a few boxes
Okay.
right there. There's some boxes, and then
See,
in the shadows, there's some like recycling bags.
I'm in the middle of organizing my Dragon and Dungeon magazines, but I realize that when I open up my shades during the day, light comes in, so there's a blanket on top of the magazines to keep the sunlight off of it. You would have never noticed that unless I pointed out the weird...
It does look like you have a cart, like a blankie that you threw over. You threw a blankie over a couch.
Yeah, it was like a couch blanket, like a little kind of light blanket that... Yeah, anyways.
Yep.
So, yeah. Shit in the background.
Dark Souls Remaster on PlayStation 4. That is officially the game I've bought the most, because I bought it for Xbox 360, and I beat it. And I bought it for PC, and I beat it. And then today I got like a new controller. My controller, I did not realize my PlayStation controller had taken a shit kicking. Because I got the new PlayStation controller, and the thing's amazing. It doesn't even feel like the same system.
Nice.
It's got me some Dark Souls. I'm stabbing people. It's awesome. Shooting spells. I've never done a sorcerer build. I've done a miracle build. I've done a dex build. I've done a strength build. Now I'm blasting people. And guess what? Shit's easy. Boom! Half a health bar. Suck greater soul arrow, bitch.
Hey, Fox. How's it going?
Hey.
Demon Souls looks awesome. The PS5. Everywhere I go to look at a PS5, I see a shelf that says, "Try to buy one online if you can." Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, I'm on a waiting list, and it's not even for me. So that's the...
I will probably be getting a PlayStation 5 this time next year. Is probably when I'll end up getting.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
mean,
for myself, I'm probably about the same. I'm gonna wait for the initial rollout bugs to be cleared up, and then
I only recently, like within, it was like a year ago, I bought a PS4. So
you get.
I'm
Yeah,
not
you're
I'm
good.
not a console person.
Well, and
Like,
it's one of those like, who needs 8K gaming? Legitimately, who actually bought a 4K TV?
no one.
Now, who of those people who bought the 4K TV are going, I need twice as many pixels as that guy? Stop everything.
yeah, I don't have any. I don't have a 4K TV. How I improved my TV watching experience was I got glasses. I'm like, oh shit! I can see.
Now you can tell the difference between the DVDs and the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my thought on that little change too.
You end up having to, like, my wife has a discussion with the optometrist every time where it's like, no, that's too clear. And the optometrist's like, but this is the right one. It's like, no. It's just I wanted a little bit out of.
I wanted.
No, I don't wear my glasses very often. I'm nearsighted, so I can see my computer perfectly fine. I can sit and read. You know, it's just for driving. And apparently now, at a certain distance for TV, it's now for TV. Yep, the joys.
TV is now too far away for the.
It really depends what I'm watching. Like, if I'm watching the news or like a stupid comedy show, I don't need to see the detail. If it's like a beautiful like fantasy sci-fi show that you really get into, then glasses on, nerding out. So it depends. Anyways,
I'm at the point where I don't think graphics can get that much better. So it's like,
yeah.
So there's some interesting presentations on this where they do like the leap between like Atari and a Nintendo, and then like an 8-bit Nintendo to a 16-bit sort of Super Nintendo, and then a Super Nintendo to an N64, to like PlayStation being a little bit after N64.
Yeah.
Like PlayStation era. Then PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2 was a big jump. PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3 wasn't that big of a jump. PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4, all PlayStation 4 did was play PC games. That was the only.
yeah.
It could play the PC games that PlayStation 3 couldn't. And then PlayStation 5 it's like it seems to be doing one of these in terms of feature sets. Now with the extra resolution, you could start to do like HD VR gaming. It's got enough pixel through. I want 1080p into each of my eyeballs.
I'm just saying, I appreciate the effort they put into these games, but I don't need to see every follicle on someone's head. I just don't.
You're just gonna shoot them anyway. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Funny. Okay, Mark, did you watch last game?
I did, yes.
Okay.
Basically, the Grackle. I'm not done showing everyone I'm in charge here.
It was so hard. It's like they made fun of you. No, they didn't. They were making fun of you. Go beat their asses. We're not going home until you go beat an ass. What's wrong with you?
We don't hang out with losers. Go make this right.
And then you took it out on the Oni.
Alright, we're going in with you, and we're killing everyone and putting their heads on spikes.
Alright, so recap of last game was called In 10 Days, because that was the In 10 Days I'm gonna be back. It was like, okay, what the fuck? You're not part of our gang. You killed 50 hobgoblins so that you couldn't, because you didn't want to be part of our gang. Why are you still telling us what to do? Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, you think you can boss us around. We understand now. Ahmed, we are streaming.
Good catch, son.
You missed pregame chatter. Please behave.
All right, hold on a second.
Yep.
All right, I'm good.
Okay, nice. Good to see you. We were just finishing the How'd You Do's, and we're about to do the recap. If there's anything you want to... Oh, use a chair. All right.
No, I'm just adjusting the lights properly.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You just want to be backlit.
Gotta do the So I'm pretty sure my my 2.5 month old has bested my wife in through psychological warfare. She's
Was she in a corner crying?
yeah. I was like, yeah, I'll be 20 minutes late, maybe more.
Yeah, it was about an hour ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. So last game, we were laughing that it was Grackle's showing everyone that he's boss. Barnabus is deeply concerned about the nightmare and does not want to sleep in the tower, at least until he's done the Lich's errand.
Yeah. I'm not going back to Nightmare Land.
It was really scary, guys.
Grackle asks Chaga to contact the spirit of his departed master, to no avail. There just simply wasn't any spirit to contact. Mark, you watched the episode, right? So you saw when Barnabas was explaining all the different things that happen to people after they die. That was an interesting thing to do.
I actually remember thinking to myself, like, I think you're only halfway through. I'm actually really glad it was Marty, because this would have gone so slow, him telling me than me explaining it.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed having Barnabas be the receptacle for lore that I could deliver in my way. So yes,
Nice.
It was convenient. I'd much rather Mark play Barnabas though. Grackle visits 3 factions of the Menace, a priestess of Maglubiet, a senfu of a major dojo, and a clan of Oni, informing them that he'll return to resolve the issue of leadership of the Menace in 10 days' time. Hence the name of
Not a member. I'll let you know who's in charge.
I'll be back, guys.
Hold
on.
Yep. So I think the party's returning after their spanking of the Oni clan. The Ice Yai Oni was a CR14 monster that was casting 8th circle spells. You guys beat it up.
That poor Ray.
There was
got permanent dex damage.
Yep.
You don't have a. Oh, Chaga's not a high enough level priest.
Oh,
You seized the treasures at the water temple and commanded Zogel, the ogre magi who swore basically allegiance to Grackle, that he will maintain the curse that is keeping an even more powerful water Oni trapped within a small pond inside the water element, inside the water temple. Apparently, he has to cast an ice spell upon the pond every day to keep her iced in.
Now, if anybody wants the sprite as a somebody, we can tell her about where you can skate.
The skating rink.
Really tiny skating rink.
Right.
Don't mind even inside.
And so Zogel is an 8th level ogre magi. I have built the skeleton of a character sheet and gave him heroic stat increases. And nice. So there's the beginning of a build. You might see what I'm trying to do at this point. I've introduced a few NPCs that are candidate cohorts. Basically, Zogel is a candidate cohort. Sprita is a candidate cohort. So there are some, like decent builds, slightly weaker than the party, that are floating around out there. Keep that in mind for either of the parties. I'll just continue to do this until I catch a PC.
Then they become a backup character.
Okay, so you left Zogel behind and then walked back to the tower, but Barnabas slows down as you reach the tower.
Nah, you know what? I'll start at Need. Or there might be a midnight train. You don't know.
We were going to the train station to see if we could find a midnight train.
Yeah, that's right. One of the rats goes bounding in to collect up Mort, who's got his stuff in a bag, and there's a quick yelling argument with Alistair that throws a pout and refuses to leave the tower.
Well, fine then. We'll stay out of my stuff. And my feedback. Give me my feedback.
He told Mort that he was busy, and then slammed a door, yelling something about no one ever talks to him about plans or anything. And...
Well, if you're doing what I think you're doing, make sure to clean up, because Barnabas gets mad.
Fuck you!
Ghost is making a lewd gesture.
Yep.
Mort just turns back, kind of. Reminds me of me when I was young.
All right, so the party sons, Alistair, with all of the familiars, the party of familiars, makes their way out of the Southwall district to the train yard to see if there are any trains that are going north. It takes you about... You manage to get out of Southwall district. You do pay a tax to enter the main part of the city. It's like a silver piece per head, basically. It keeps out some of the riffraff, plus probably pays for some of the salaries of the guards at that gate. Mm-hmm. So you cross the gargoyle bridge into into another district, and then you're basically walking through the greater part of Foundry to the central train station. You arrive at the central train station, and there is not one that evening, but there is an early morning train that leaves north. There's a stop in Haxbridge, which is the closest to Fortresstop that you think the train goes.
All right, then.
So you buy basically a partial ticket to the capital, basically departing at Haxbridge. Haxbridge is just it's a small town that crosses a river. It was a site of maybe some battles against goblinoids long ago. And there's a giant trestle bridge that goes across the big river valley.
Okay.
So you guys are basically, you guys are basically waiting at the station. It's like 10 o'clock at night by the time you purchase tickets for...
it's not leaving till morning?
It's not leaving till morning, yeah.
Okay, well, let's hit a pub or a bar. It's been a long freaking day.
Okay, subtract, we'll say, as you guys basically end up occupying a table at a tavern, and then sleeping in the attic of a tavern near the train station, plus the train tickets for 6 of you. Do all of you have papers?
Barnabus can make papers if someone...
I think. Pretty sure he does.
I would imagine you do.
I don't know if the rats have papers.
Sneak in, baby.
If you're residents, you probably do have some sort of form of identification. I don't know if...
they're residents.
Okay. Barnabus, given that you're an Imperial citizen, they treat you and Chaga a bit better than they do the others. And when you say that, when they ask, are they with you, and you say yes, assuming,
mm-hmm.
they have no problems issuing tickets, but they warn you that they don't want any trouble from them.
Too bad.
Oh, these two?
All 4 of them.
They'll be fine.
All right. So basically, train tickets plus some drinking. 8 times 6. Plus some drinking, plus some eating, plus a night somewhere. Yeah, you're looking at probably 80 gold for this outing.
That's all right. I'll get this one like I got the last one.
Someone spot me.
I just happen to know where I'm getting it back, so...
How generous of you, Barnabus.
Suck my nuts, Chaga.
To the professor.
To the professor.
80 gold.
Okay, the next morning, you guys are, as you tend to be when you travel, not very well rested and a little bit disheveled when you reach the train yards. I'm going to copy your tokens and open up a different map. I believe it's the Volcanica map. Paste your tokens. Great. And I'm also going to go to the train map, and it is called Ironmein No. 9. All right, this is a very large Imperial train. They are slightly wider than the real-world trains. It's an industrial slash military track. They do have passengers. That's probably why it was so expensive. Immediately, Barnabus, you recognize the conductor. This is the conductor of the train that you saved from the Greater Cyclops not but several weeks ago.
Nice.
Tickets, please. He stops for a moment. Oh, Barnabus!
Oh, who is it?
It's the conductor of the train that you guys
Yeah.
saved that derailed south of the town.
I know him from Belwick. Oh.
I don't believe you were there for that session.
There were a bunch of Cyclops.
Oh, I wasn't there for the Cyclops. Oh, okay, yes, from before.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, I watched that episode. I didn't recognize the
Oh,
conductor.
Barnabas! Good to see you. He shakes your hand. He looks at the rest of you. You see, at first he might have been torn to be so friendly, but he decided a friendly route was the right route.
I'm pleased to see you made it back to civilization.
We did. Thank you again for your bravery in fighting the one-eyed beasties.
Got to put the monsters down, you know. Civilization can take its place.
There's quite a few of us. We managed to get reassigned to Ironmein No. 9. Going north is much safer travel than headed south these days.
Oh, in fact, you know, yeah.
Yes, I'll let the deputy and the chief engineer know that you're aboard. You've got tickets, right?
No, of course, right here.
It's too bad that we did not connect before you bought your tickets. We would have been able to have you travel for free.
Oh, that would have been nice. He's looking at the back. That would have been nice. Save one of us some money.
Yes. Perhaps I could break into one of the luxury compartments and find you a welcome basket.
That would be a treat.
There might be some bubbly that I can scrounge up as well. We'll get you all first. Let's get you settled. And
wonderful. Yes.
The conductor. Yes. If you have bags, just leave them inside the compartment here. Up the steps, 3 steps. He says to Chaga, and and go to your left.
Barnabas looks back. Nothing explosive, right? No one. All right, good. Yeah, your boys can take the bags.
Are all of these weapons necessary?
Yeah, remember when the Cyclopses were attacking the train?
I will talk to the... You may have to surrender some of these weapons to the deputy. He will be around to collect them, and I'll be around later to check out your tickets. Just show me your ticket. Oh, heck, I know who you all are. You're heroes. And he seems to be breaking some protocols as he lets you aboard the train.
Well, thank you, Bill. I appreciate that.
All right. People begin to shuffle into the train, and you can see that people have already claimed some seats, and there are a bunch of different travelers that are on the same train as you. They all look a little bit tired. In the first row here, there is a pompously dressed Imperial squire that is sitting beside a really old man in, it's Barnabus, so he knows, in Imperial Legion General's clothing. And he seems to be talking the ear off of this polite squire that really doesn't want to be sitting beside him.
Okay.
Behind him, there is a cowled man who is flipping through a book very carefully that is on his lap. And to the right, you recognize Imperial Administrar. He was in charge of the Imperial Census, which has ended recently in the Southwall District. He's just simply looking out the window. He glances up at the group of you, not really looking at any one of you in particular. There are some ostentatiously dressed but armored Imperial officers and knights. These are likely part of the same entourage of people.
This guy's my favorite.
Yeah.
You want my war hat on, but don't have my glasses.
The two of them are talking quietly amongst themselves, and yes, this guy is reading a book.
As we walk in, Barnabas kind of steps to the side, pulls off his hat, says, "Weapon of choice in the hat."
I see. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think my scythe is going to fit
It'll
in your
fit.
hat. But Chaga does pull out, let's see, he's going to put his Abyssal Steel heavy pick into the hat. He will also put a bunch of daggers. You don't know why Chaga's got so many daggers, but he's got 4 of them on a bandolier that goes into the hat.
Okay.
And the last thing that goes into the hat is the horrible, awful-looking scepter of the Netherworld. It goes into the hat. Technically, it's a weapon. I'll just stow this.
There we go.
Chaga shuffles in a little bit and stands off to the side as much as Chaga can stand off to the side. The benches are spacious. There's enough room for 2 medium sized folk to sit in the benches. Looking further back into the train, you notice a strangely, definitely not human. We're talking, well, it's hard to tell when he's sitting down, but he's almost 6 feet tall sitting down. Broad-shouldered, scars, strange facial markings, hairless, and it looks like he's restrained in some sort of way.
Okay.
Like this token.
There's a gnome woman in
That's cool.
in a funny hat that is standing up on the bench and sort of like watching everyone board the train. There is a man. Give me a knowledge local or a knowledge nobility.
I will
Barnabas.
take knowledge local, take 10, thus giving me a foundry, I'm assuming, though?
Yeah, sure.
So 41.
31 for Ghost.
He's a bounty hunter. He doesn't have any regalia on him, but by the fact that he's allowed to carry pistols at his belt, means that he's likely a lawman or a bounty hunter, which means he has his imperial bounty hunting license.
Okay.
Right at the back of the train, there is a male and female Nagaji. They are exotic looking in that they are hooded Nagaji. Their snake heads resemble that of cobras, and they're sitting quietly right at the back of the train. This appears to be the only passenger car in this configuration of trains along the Ironmein No. 9. Where are you guys sitting?
So first, the weapons thing.
Yep.
The rats are putting their weapons within efficient quivers that they have.
Okay.
Oh, Barnabas just gives you a thumbs up. Like, good.
Their bows. They got bows and daggers. They fit
Yep.
in the quivers.
Perfect. And the quivers do definitely not go in the hat.
Nope.
That's for the game called Suicide Pact.
Grackle?
You're muted, Ahmed, so I don't know how long you've been talking.
Just now. Grackle puts in his +2 blade and his yeah, that's it. He'll put the +2 blade. Yep. I've got the +1 broken blade, which doesn't have the rest of it, but.
And now look at it. They'll let anyone on these trains. You almost wonder why I even fought them wars. Fought the wars to build the trains, and now they're riding the trains. Half all those men that I sent to death probably rolling around them graves and rising as ghosts. Wraiths.
Oh, look, you.
I think we're going to sit right across from the old man so we can hear him grumble and
That guy's going to be funny to
talk
listen
shit
to.
the whole way.
Yep.
We can go to the back of the train. You go to the back of the train.
Was that a fuzzy kobold or is those rat folk? Yeah.
Mort puts his Tetsubo of death in there.
The Imperial Squire basically like shakes his head no to Grackle, like don't engage.
Oh no! I was trying to move forward.
Okay.
I know, Is it that look? I know Grandpa has lost his filter. Please don't antagonize him.
I don't
You do see him like turning to watch Grackle go, and he's muttering under his breath, and a bit of pink rises to his cheeks in anger.
Yeah, I'll sit back here.
Can't believe I'm sharing a train ride with a hob after what they did at Haxbridge. After what they did.
Knowledge, history. What did they do at Haxbridge? 41.
The Imperium doesn't own Volcanica in the way that they own Pastoria. It takes a lot of effort to create a Pastoria. And it seems like the Imperium has found different ways to at least control worlds, or control them to the point where they get what they need out of them. That being said, Haxbridge has been a site of many conflicts between goblinoids and humans, and he must be talking about a more recent incursion of goblinoids that probably burned down the trestle bridge. A trestle bridge is like one of those big like wooden bridges.
Yeah.
That resulted in probably a big accident for the train.
Okay. Well, why don't you go sit?
Grackle, where are you sitting? Okay, you sit there. You notice when you approached, this gnome lady's just watching you. This half giant brute kind of leers at you as you're walking over. Did you look at the bounty hunter, or like what was your interaction with these folk as you're passing by?
Give him the evil eye.
No, I just just look him, like give him a once over, like okay, yeah.
Okay,
right.
the bounty hunter gives you like a little nod, like a head shake no, and takes off his hat and puts it down in the seat beside him, like he doesn't want you to sit next to him.
I sit across from him.
Okay. He's now looking at you, like he's checking you out.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the ride. I'm gonna look out the window. I want to hear what these assholes have anything to say.
Hey, who are you? I'm Jamna.
Nice to meet you, Gemina. My name is Grackle.
Grackle? What you doing on the train?
I was following some of my friends.
Oh, did you come in with those guys? Oh, he's fat.
Yes. Very good people, though.
Psst, have you ever seen a warrior that big? Look at his arms. His arms are like as big as my torso.
Oh, she's pointing to the guy to the
Yep.
left of us.
Yep.
He's thinking about Mort. Maybe.
Yeah. I think he's being brought to the capital.
I guess he looks. He puts two and two together. Oh, he looks impressed at the bounty hunter. Like,
They're paying good coin for warriors, you know.
he's in chains, right?
Yep. Yeah, it looks like he's in bindings that look like are pretty short, linking his legs to his arms. Like he's hunched over slightly.
Yeah. What do they do to them or with them?
Ah, yeah. I hear they're looking for strong brutes for gladiatorial combat.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's good money in capturing brutes.
Ah.
You know, there's a whole imperial world out there, huh? That's all about gladiatorial fighting. I think they're sending them to Tarak. At least the ones that win.
I do not know much about it. I know it exists, but I do not get what else is there.
What do you mean? What else is there?
I have never left I have never left the Volcanica.
I've never left Volcanic either. I'm just telling you what I heard.
What else did you hear?
Oh, lots of things.
Ooh.
She looks at you. She thinks for a moment. You pick up a lot of things riding on trains, and then she sits back down again as if she didn't want to continue that particular line of the conversation.
I put my hand on my purse. All 22 gold pieces.
Okay. Do you speak Nagaji?
Give me a sec. I believe I do. Give me a moment. Yeah, I do.
You speak Nagaji?
Yep.
Why did he have to sit so close to us? I know. Doesn't he know their smell does not agree with us? Hobgoblins are so dirty. Yes.
You should switch spots with Mort.
Or Mort should join you.
The Nagaji are complaining that the hobgoblin sat down, like, in front of them. You also smell them. They smell of strange incense and like there's a particular odor that comes likely from lizard people.
Just out of nowhere, Mort just yells down the train car, "Where do I go if I got a shit?"
He's not with us. No, don't know him.
The conductor comes in and he's like, oh, and he was like going to check people's tickets and stuff, and he immediately goes over to Mort. Are you having a bit of a problem?
Yeah, I don't know where to shit.
Oh, the lavatories are on the next car to the south. We'd ask you not to go any further than that, though. It is off limits to passengers.
Yeah, all right. So I can't just go out the door then.
Please don't.
I will not go out the door.
He remembers that you were one of the people that that fought the Cyclopses. Yeah, he goes back to the front. Where is Barnabus and Chaga sitting? I guess
We're at the front of the train.
okay. Chaga settles in at the front
I
of the
say
train.
to Mort,
Yep.
to Mort, go into the bathroom small, grow large, take a dump, don't flush, leave small. How the hell?
You could see Chaga puts down the
That's too
backpack.
good a prank for him not to pull.
Puts down the backpack with Los in it and make sure that that's secure, and then out of the folds of his robes he takes out the duck and kind of settles the duck in beside him and pets the duck a little bit, and the conductor looks at the duck for a moment and then goes about his business.
Mort looks at the guy behind him. So what are you in for?
Oh, Mort. Okay.
Killed too many people, I guess.
Oh shit! Me too. They didn't put me in chains.
Yeah. Fucking guns.
And he kind of looks down at his chest, and you can see a bunch of healed wounds where it looks like he got hit by a shotgun and maybe a couple of other.
Yeah, guns are fucking cheating.
He's the only.
Cheater.
Please don't bother my prisoner.
Oh, he's not bothered. Oh wait, you're not bothered, are you? Because I bother a lot of people. Actually,
Everything.
I don't mean to, but I just do.
Everything bothers the wannabe lawman.
I don't. Fuck, there's so fucking rules of this, rules that. Wash yourself this, you smell that.
There's a slightly bemused face on the half-giant brute.
These guys I work with, all except for one of them, always tell me, you need to bathe, you need to bathe.
Yeah.
Every week, they're like, have a bath. What is that? That ratty fucking garbage.
he looks over.
You with some sort of gang?
Well, no.
You actually
I don't-
see, like, you're like looking at the guy talking to it. You can see the lawman kind of like shift over to listen to your response. He's now sitting where he kind of moves. He puts his hat on and sits back on the edge, and he's now watching Mort very closely.
No, we're a,
Grackle, you notice that he moves like his holstered pistol in a way that he can draw it while sitting.
No, but the last thing he does.
we are a society of adventurous scholars. Yeah.
The man laughs a little bit. There's plenty of other seats there, gnome.
Oh, yeah, okay, sorry, I don't mean to bug you. Doo-doo-doo. What's with your heads?
Grackle smiles.
He's an equal opportunity offender. He offends everybody equally.
Yeah, I'd like you guys on a sunny day, though. You make some shade. That's really nice, I bet. Your babies probably never get sunburns.
Go away.
Hey, Mort, leave these ones alone.
The lawman
Apparently,
has now, the bounty hunter is now kind of sat so that his feet are up on both benches, and now so he could kind of watch everything that's going on.
He's not gonna get no sleep.
Okay. I'll sit here with you.
That is fine. Let us try to enjoy this train. Whispers, I'll sleep for the first bit, then you sleep.
You got it, buddy.
The Nagaji are now, the female Nagaji says the male Nagaji,
We should have bought one of the sleeper cars. Yes. Don't remind me.
Oh, hey there, pretty lady.
Oh, me?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I don't see any other pretty domes on this car.
She laughs a little bit, and she seems to like the flirtation.
He's like, licks his hands, looks it through his hair, then offers it. My name's Mort.
She glances to Crackle, this big smile on her face. She shakes your hand daintily. Mort, you said?
Mortimer, if you want to be fancy pants about it. But I'm pretty casual.
She says in Gnomish, do you have a clan name?
Yeah, Mark forgets it because he's an idiot right now. Sorry.
It's fine.
Wrinklevort. From the Wrinklevorts.
Let's see.
Of the Foundry, Wrinklevorts. Perhaps you know my uncle. He is a famous merchant prince.
Wrinklevolts? Oh, hi.
She sits down.
So where you from? No clue.
Yep.
Family Gleam Silver. Pleased to meet you, Mr. Wrinklevort. I
Call me Mort. Or handsome.
Shut the fuck up, Mort. Tone it down a little.
Much again?
I gotta go over there,
She says.
Yeah, too much man for another one. Oh well.
I was actually typing in chat. I don't trust this gnome because this gnome was putting up with Mort. If she's putting up with Mort,
Yeah. It was like, what do you want? How?
She was
What
putting
should you put up
she
with?
was putting up with Mort until Mort said
said
Wrinklevort.
his family name.
Yeah.
Name.
Yep.
Oh, you mean the cursed, horrible Smurf family?
So how'd you end up with guns?
It's gonna be Mort harassing people on train.
Next.
They're gonna vote Mort off the island. Next opportunity.
I've got a license.
Oh, you in the army?
No. Are you?
Oh, they wouldn't let you in the army? That's too bad.
Yeah, the army doesn't pay enough for him, says the half giant.
They're paying you for him?
He is my bounty, yes.
Oh, you're one of those guys. I told you we should have been one of those guys.
He shakes his head like, no.
Ah, the criminal skulls we kick in. You'd think we get paid for it.
Collecting bounty for the dead is one thing.
He looks at Mort again, and then he probably takes note of like the full plate you're wearing.
Yeah.
You throw full plate.
Yeah. What do you do? No. Actually, he says, "What do you do, Mr. Wrinklevort?"
Oh, we are adventurous and scholarly. And he looks at Grackle. He's like,
Where are you from?
oh, we're from Foundry.
What part?
It smells there.
What part?
South Wall. Most of the time.
A lot of criminals in South Wall.
Yeah, it's I can't spit without hitting one. My
That is
uncle
a true.
says if he had his way, he'd open shop anywhere else.
There are bounty hunters there.
Yeah, well, you know, if you're a pest control, you go where the rats are.
If you're interested in a bounty hunting job, he slides over. He pulls out a card.
Mort takes the card. So, the only thing in the job is you bring in guys like him.
Depends on the job.
I think I could take that guy. Yeah, all right, I'll look you up.
Bounty,
Without even looking, Grapple's nodding like, yeah, you fuck him up.
local bounty hunter in South Wall District. His name is Finian Rumsby. I think he helps out those aspiring. He looks you up and down. Aspiring bounty hunters.
Oh, I guess you got to start somewhere. Now I got to ask you. You got him chained up. Is it more or less money if it comes scooped up in a bucket?
Depends on the job.
Huh?
Dead or
I think I
alive.
can do this, Grackle. We can both do this.
This one, he'll fetch quite a good penny in the Imperial City. It's Kinderhome for you, but you won't be there for long. I hear they're gathering up all sorts of bounty hunters on the Imperial capital. Not the city, the world, Empirica.
Really?
Apparently they're going to hold some great tournament. Figure out who's the best sort of fighter and send them all to Torak to teach them a lesson.
They're collecting gladiators.
Yep.
Okay. I think I heard you say bounty hunters.
Yeah.
Suddenly very
gladiators.
interested
Yeah,
in our garden
gladiators.
circus campaign again.
Torak, some backwater world where they, I don't know, have gladiatorial contests or something like that. Imperials apparently want to show them what for.
Huh. We'd probably do good in that, Grackle. Except,
Probably, but
You don't want to go where he's going. It's pretty much a death sentence. They haven't met me yet.
You give him 2 rounds against Magnus.
oh, this 3-round action system's awesome.
I've run 240 feet and killed 5 people.
Anyways, you find any really tough criminals, good fighting sorts, there's money to be made in Kinderhome.
But they need to be alive, right?
To fight in gladiatorial pits, yes. Initially, they need to be alive.
All right.
This is probably where you would fail.
Well, they tend to
Same
die,
with
don't
me.
they? Yeah, you'd have to stop cutting people's heads off. That's not. Only the bad people. You killed a gang leader like last week. Actually, it was like yesterday.
Hours ago.
The next time, I suggest that you talk to a bounty hunter. Might get paid better this way. He looks at
he's like, oh, and you like, fuck this night watchman shit. Be a bounty hunter.
We will see.
He doesn't seem to know what night watchman is. He just shifts back into his seat. He's now not like sitting so guardedly against Mort and Grackle now that he's had a conversation with them.
Which is truly impressive, because typically you get more guarded after having a conversation.
The half giant brute is now looking at Mort like he wants to strangle Mort.
What? I'm not sending you to die.
He is.
Giving me the stink eye.
All right, the Deputy Drolk, he is the half-orc that carries a sawed-off shotgun, a pistol, and a great axe. Steps aboard. He immediately recognizes Chaga and Barnabus. We never got a chance.
Barnabus tips his hat.
Never got a chance to thank you.
Yeah, sorry about that. We were in a bit of a schedule issue going on when we had to leave.
You need to take that. Oh, yes, I was not trying to figure out where to put it. And Chaga was fumbling with his scythe up in the air. Careful, it's very sharp. The deputy takes it and gives Chaga a tag and then holds it over his shoulder as he goes and checks out other weapons. He doesn't bother the old military officer. He doesn't really bother the squire. Maybe he's picked up their weapons or not, or maybe they're allowed to carry because they're Imperials. He does look at the rats. Any weapons?
They each hand over 1 masterwork dagger.
Okay. He gives you a little tag for each of them and
Okay.
sticks the daggers in a bag. He does not bother the Imperial Administrar or any of the officers. He glances.
The rats are paying attention on what he's picking up from whom and what the bag looks like.
Yep. He gets to Mort.
Mort pulls out his adamantine tetsu. I don't suppose you'd believe this is the mortar or pestle or mortar. Which one's which? Bucket. You know, the groundy pot.
I seen you use this thing. You squashed a giant's head with it.
Yeah.
It too is in self-defense.
You fight giants, says the bounty hunter. Definitely.
Yeah. Don't you? He's little points at the other guy. I mean, he's not the biggest I ever seen, but
The bigger they are, he taps one of his pistols.
Yeah.
still say that.
I'll take good care of this.
And he puts a little tag on it, gives you like a tag with a number on it.
Mort's holding on to it, swings it around. Now I feel secure.
Crackle, do you have any weapons left on you?
I have my master's broken blade, and I give him a bandolier of shuriken and a dagger. I want to keep the blade with me though.
Okay, you show him that the blade is broken. Like, where is it broken?
It doesn't have a handle, doesn't have a hilt. So wrapped
It's just
up
the blade.
It's a tang and a blade, it appears.
Yep. Is it in a sheath or not?
The sheath I buried with my I would have put in like a wooden sheath.
Okay, he's collecting that as well.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry, my night watchman mask fell down. 1 second.
Okay. Deputy Drulk, who is an orc, doesn't care about your
Oh yeah.
your neighborhood title. He takes your weapons, puts them in the bag, gives you a tag, and spends a moment kind of putting everything away. He does return to the front of the train and go to a different car. You might be stowing them in a different spot. The train begins to move.
Do the Imperial Guard have weapons on them of size?
Which
The
ones?
dudes in armor. The
Guys at the
Classic
back here.
McGee and his pals.
These guys?
Yep.
Okay, so the old military officer seems to have a rod at his belt. It might be like a light mace
Okay.
in quality. The Imperial Squire doesn't have any weapons.
Okay.
It looks like he's barely wearing armor. Like he might have like leather armor on. The Imperial Knights do not have. They've got empty holsters for both guns and rifles.
Okay.
The Imperial Knight officer also seems to be missing his firearms, but is carrying a ceremonial rapier.
Okay. Cool.
The Imperial Administrar has
His weapon is his list.
has a spell component pouch and what looks like a scroll tube. You're guessing a caster of sorts.
Yep.
And this guy is definitely reading from a spell book.
Okay. Equal opportunity. Okay.
It looked like they weren't expecting trouble on the train, and they relinquished their weapons.
Yep. I'm taking a train in a D&D setting. I'm expecting trouble. I'm just...
Yeah. As a
Yep.
player, we're expecting trouble. One, there's a map and tokens. I think it's fair to say Barnabus doesn't really expect trouble too much on the train ride, which
Okay.
is why he's
the
collected
rats
the
were
weapons.
interested because they're thinking about making the trouble on the train ride.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, I'm gonna build a map for the train. I'm gonna stick interesting people on said train.
Well,
Okay, well, the train is leaving the station. It is a little bit past sunup, 8 a.m. on the dot. The train is beginning to chug forward. There are the siren call of the steam whistle and you are now leaving the train station and traveling through the northern neighborhoods of Foundry. You're almost at the city limits of Foundry when you're still at a pretty slow pace, like you're like going like 10 miles an hour kind of thing through the city. When the conductor comes by and I told the chief engineer that you were aboard. He assures you we do not expect any trouble on the way to on the way to the Imperial City.
Oh, shit, oh, no.
There have been some reports of certain activity, and he glances at the general, and the general seemed to be listening.
Of course there's reports. They're getting uppity again. Damn hobos and gobos and all sorts of things they drag out of the mountains. They come and eat you. Come and take your children and wives and stick them in pots and make stews out of them.
We did not do that.
That sounds crazy, but might not entirely be untrue.
Yeah, we're snipping their foul gods and their foul religions and their foul goblin ways. Don't know why we stopped. We shouldn't have stopped at all. Now they're getting uppity and all you softies are saying, why are they doing this? We should have put an end to them to the start. Everyone lost their stomach for it. And now you're gonna pay.
And who are you pleasant gent?
Who am I? I'm General Ronaldo Volm.
Knowledge history?
Sure.
Has he done anything of note? 41, I'll take that.
This man has ordered the execution and probably partook in a great percentage of them of over 10,000 non-humans during the last skirmish of what we call the Settler Wars.
Oh, you're the fucking butcher.
He straightens up.
That's right.
Well, I must say, if you're a religious man, no doubt the Conqueror's very happy with you.
The glory of the five-faced god.
Except the mother, of course.
And the undying emperor.
Yeah.
All hail the undying emperor! And you notice that all kind of half-heartedly the Imperial Knights and administrators all mimic that, in a low voice.
Yeah.
Glory the undying
hail.
emperor. Yep.
Junker is loading rat into his mouth. So when he makes good eye contact with the general, he's going to open up his mouth and have the rat come out and then just to irritate the old man.
There's a reason we don't just wipe him all out, right?
Oh, I'd like to hear this.
Well, let's take this fucking train for starters. Did you know initial design for the Iron Horse, as it is sometimes called, came from the Gnomish people, something we absconded with, or took as part of our own. Yeah, now trains these days are imperial design, but we got the idea from them. Got the idea from a lot of things. Indoor plumbing, which is great till it backs up, admittedly.
I've got no problems with gnomes. Gnomes who know their place.
Yeah, that's right. Others, though. I suppose you're okay with dwarves, too.
With what?
Dwarves. Stout folk, generally
course.
bearded.
I've got a dwarven barber. He cuts my beard.
Like that? No, it's not a dwarven look, but whatever, I suppose. I should get a barber for my beard. It's a little ruffly. point being, there are things we can learn from other races, cultures.
To the victor goes the spoils.
Ghost is taking Rat from Junker and then putting Rat into his mouth, obviously.
He's a little disturbed at this, and you know that you will be a future story. Yeah. He grumbles a little bit and then shifts, probably because, old man sitting in one spot for a long period of time. It's painful, old age.
To the victor go the spoils. To the conqueror go the things that he can take. I'm not saying that I believe that we created the song gates. Those were there long before us, but they were left as gifts. Nay, booty. To the victor go the spoils. To the strong go the multiverse.
Let's not forget history either. The victor gets history. We get to write the books. For example, your little massacres will be lost in history.
Nonsense.
Pity you never won an actual important battle. You'll be known mostly for trying to wipe out a people. That'll be glossed over in time to come. Sadly, you'll be forgotten. If you're lucky. People get soft on these things. They forget the horrors of war. Things you would know about.
And what wars have you fought, young lad? You got the look of an armchair general if I've ever seen one.
Oh, no. If I was in an armchair near a battlefield, I'd be far too close.
Cowards. Whole generation of cowards.
Well, I don't see much point in it. More valuable than one of your soldiers.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Sure I do.
You don't know. The goblins have snuck into your camp at night, overrun your guard, start slitting throats. You've never
If you
lived
knew
through
what I
that.
fucking slept next to the other night, you'd fucking shut your fucking mouth right now.
How dare you talk to me like that?
There's now a general that is whapping the back of your chair and standing up. The conductor's like, whoa, 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 hey, easy.
Barnabus is looking at the squire. Oh, it looks like Grandpa made a boom boom sign. You best go change him.
The conductor's trying to get the military officer who's the old general who's spitting mad at this point in time.
Barnabus is just chuckling.
Apparently the squire is not there to look after the general. He doesn't seem to be doing anything. He does get up and out of the way. He gets called over by the administrar wizard, and he goes and sits.
The Nizumi are mentioning something about whether or not the old man kicks Barnabas's ass.
I don't have to sit here and take this.
Yes, I know. This is a professor.
I'd say it's the best idea. A man your age can't stand that long. You're going to have to sit down eventually.
He swats at your head. If you're still sitting down in your seat.
Yeah, he's just turned around like this.
he takes his little cane and swats your hat off your head, and then
Hi!
and then gets up and he's gonna go sit somewhere else. The conductor's, there's a nice seat back here for you, General.
Yes. I swear.
How is this fucking-
Send them all! Send them all! Count them and send them all!
Is what he's yelling at the Imperial Administrar, who just basically raises his eyebrow and gives him a polite nod.
He looks at Chaga. Can you believe the rudeness of that old man?
What? Chaga's got half of his lunch already unpacked, and he's feeding the duck, and he's eating himself. It's only 8:30 in the morning. Oh,
What are you going to do for the rest of the trip?
I've got dinner. We were up so early this morning. Here, egg salad sandwich.
All right, just don't tell the others. I don't want to share.
It's duck egg.
It's good.
All right, Ghost Junker, you didn't do anything as the general got reseated.
I think, well, the plan was to, you see, the thing is, those guys, those Imperial guys back there with the uniforms and stuff, they're scary. So, they don't want to be above the back, right? They want, right here. They want the back of this chair to be the impenetrable barrier where you cannot be seen. It's the chair back here.
Barnabas kind of like, he stands up, waves back to Grackle.
Okay.
Mort, it's probably best you go and see to your friends. We've caused too much of a ruckus here and there. Come on.
And Mort agrees. I get the window seat, and he runs ahead of you.
Shit.
All right, you can see that the conductor is checking people's tickets, and he's kind of like poking a hole through part of the ticket. He checks everyone's tickets. Apparently, he hasn't done that yet, and he gets to the front. And I must say to all of you, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We apologize for the general. He often rides the train.
That's all right. You know what? Send in my apologies. And I didn't mean to make a ruckus for you. I apologize.
Yes, apparently this is. There are certain parts of Elsir Vale that he conquered or oversaw the building of the tracks.
Yeah, he's responsible for the death of 10,000 non-humans. So. Yeah, I wouldn't want to get involved with that one either.
He assuming you still have your tickets from, like, I don't know, yesterday.
Yeah.
he stamps or like takes little holes out of your tickets with his hole punch, and he glances
Barnabas just kept him in his hat.
Yeah, he glances at the duck and doesn't say anything.
I should have asked if they feed us.
Oh, it is a 12-hour trip. Don't worry, I've got some sandwiches here just in case.
Right. Alright, you lot, if I happen to fall asleep, don't wake me up. And don't steal anything. He's looking at the rats.
If it goes missing, we know where it went.
Mort's looking at, Mort kind of leans into your Grackle. He's, next time we hit you, I'll show you what a pressed ham looks like.
Okay, the early morning train ride. You guys leave the vicinity of Foundry and end up in the northern countryside. Let's go to the Volcanica map.
We're back.
You guys are traveling through the South Lyriad Woods. Make a little train token. These are 60-mile hexes, and you're guessing it should take you about 12 hours to get to Haxbridge, where the next stop is. The South Lyriad Woods. These are the woods that you guys got lost in and fought hags. Or on your way to visit hags. You don't see any of the remote cabins that you had visited, but you are passing through what look like thick and well, you kind of know might be even haunted woods. The train tracks have cleared they've cleared a wide swath of the forest for the train tracks to go. There are outskirts to Foundry, neighborhoods, farms, even some smaller factories. and that sort of thing along the coast and in the immediate surrounds of Foundry. But at this point in time, you have left Foundry proper. You can see the ocean to the east, and it is a nice fall overcast day. By the way the trees are moving, it's a little bit windy. The train does not mind; it does not impact your travels. It's easy for the group of you to settle in. Are any of you making any trouble or talking to any of the people on the train?
The worst that happens is Mort does pull the turn giant to take a crap in the lavatory, then turns small when he small in, big crap, turn small again and leave, and not flush or whatever they do.
Yeah, the flushing on a train toilet is probably like a.
It just drops on the tracks.
It just drops on the tracks, basically. Yep. I think your natural size is small, so you know that anything exits you is the proper small size. Like it shrinks back down.
Okay. Well, then it's a pressed ham at the next town.
All right, so Mort is up, going to the washroom. Let's see if that anyone else is waiting for the Oh, you had to go back to the lavatory.
He says hi to everybody. He doesn't realize he's irritated them, but he says hi to everyone he's met. Hi.
Hey, bounty hunter, says the half giant to you in sort of a tone.
Hey, gladiator. Good luck with that.
All right, Mort, you do find the jakes. They're kind of like rooms with seats with holes in them. There's a lever to open up the little hatch that leads to the tracks. There's the rest of the train. I don't know if Mort goes exploring or not.
Yeah, they said just don't go to the, what car was it? Oh, well, they'll tell me.
Okay, so you end up peeking your head into what look like sleeping rooms. They're not occupied, but they are like little sleeping benches in much more private rooms.
Okay. Huh. Any bags or anything in there?
Let's see. If I roll a 3, there is something of interest. Yes, you find one of them is locked.
I'll get the Nezumi on that.
It's the third one. It's the third one back.
Yeah, he keeps it. It's that number. Okay, I got you.
Okay, apparently somebody. It's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's number 6.
Number 6. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, he just looks around.
Yeah, the rest of the train is more of these things, and then there's a room kind of at the back where there is an actual person on the train that is preparing what looks like coffee and like a treat cart.
Oh, I guess I went too far.
Hey, the person just looks at you when you get that far. Give me a diplomacy check.
Yeah, okay. I got a +2 actually. That's right. Put a rank in just to say. 18.
Yeah. Okay. You managed to the lady that was preparing the coffee seemed sends you on your way.
Okay. By the time he gets back to his seat, it's all over his face.
This big, nice icing smile with crumbly bits all across his face.
Looks at Mort. What are you looking? Or looks at Grackle. What are you looking at?
Where did you find this? How are you able to get this?
I'm charming. Hey, ghost junker.
At least you didn't start anything.
No, not yet. Ghost junker. Actually, he'll go over and whisper because
Okay.
there's enough authority figures on the train. Hey, sleeper car number 6 has some goodies in it. I can't open the lock. And get me more cupcakes if you see them.
Okay. The rats are interested.
Okay, the conductor comes by. This is probably about 10 a.m. at this point in time. You're about a sixth the way into your journey. He comes by and just politely checks on you. Coffee and some desserts will be served in a moment. He glances at Chaga. Oh, yes, it would sound wonderful. Chaga's still
good. Yeah,
snacking
thanks.
away. Coffee and desserts would be... He glances at Mort. Served in a moment.
Looking forward to it. I hear they're very good.
Coffee and desserts will be served in a moment. And he continues on and notifies everyone.
I like my coffee black.
Oh, yes, General. We are aware how you like your coffee.
Don't put nothing in it. Nothing fancy. Just black, good coffee. Aside from some salt. Put some salt in it. I like my coffee salty.
I think he likes everything salty.
Will there be coffee for the prisoner? Water for him. A bit of bread, if you have it. Yes, sir. He stops and talks to the Nagaji, who might be... They don't want coffee, they want tea instead. And you notice that one of the Nagaji actually gives over a small pouch, which might have the tea that they want in it. Conductor takes it and goes into the back.
So is a sleeper car ahead of us?
Behind.
It's behind us.
There is a sleeper car ahead, but Mort's pointing to the one behind.
Okay. Once the conductor is north of us, we'll go take a look back there. After tea and coffee and treats, it'd be a good time for the rat. Oh no, I got a rat shit everywhere.
Okay, so yeah, the conductor is the one that actually comes out with like a confection cart. It's got pots of coffee and tea, hot water, and other things underneath. There's a shelf underneath where you can see some of the icing cakes. He does serve the Nagaji first. He serves the bounty hunter. He does put down a mug of water and like a half loaf, just sort of ripped of bread beside the brute. The brute does just quickly take them, and he's eating and drinking quickly, like he might be hungry. He pauses for a little bit as he salts the general's coffee. Might be a military thing.
That's just... I've had... My son used to play a joke on me where he'd switch the coffee, or the sugar and salt. So in the morning, I just have my coffee made... Poof! Salt in coffee is not delicious at all.
There's also a dosage difference. The amount of salt...
Oh, yeah.
There's different spoons for these things.
And I'm someone... I have 3 little tablespoons of sugar in my coffee, so that's a shit ton of salt.
Apparently, it's I forget, it's in World War I or World War II, where sugar isn't readily available. Like, you'd end up putting salt in your coffee.
Listen, you hate the taste of coffee if you're putting salt in it.
Exactly.
I'm assuming World War I trench coffee isn't the best coffee.
Probably
or
not.
you're stuck on a ship that doesn't have, or that runs out of sugar. I think it's from military, something I picked up a long time ago. And then the people that survived such wars and got used to it ended up liking salt in their coffee because it doesn't taste like.
This tastes like surviving.
Yeah,
Well, I know
exactly.
grog would have... You'd put seawater in grog. Like, one of the ingredients in grog is salt water.
Yeah.
Okay, the Imperial Knights seem to like the pastries. They take an extra one. The Imperial officer also just wants tea. The administrar and the esquire and the other administrar all take coffee. they get to you guys. Oh, hey. Here you go. He just starts handing out, like, the pastries, making sure that you have one.
Okay.
They were baked fresh this morning. I picked them up on the way to the station.
Is there a blueberry one?
Sure.
Okay. Ghost is taking a blueberry one, and he's not eating it.
Okay. Pastries are handed out to Grackle, Mort, and here you go.
And now you hear Nazumi, and then the pastries were no more.
Barnabas chuckles, but does not tell him.
I'll have one
But
for
not tell
myself.
Chugga why.
One for myself and one for my duck here, says Chugga.
Right, Doc.
One for myself, one for my invisible friend.
Yep,
Yes.
yep. Yeah, Chugga takes two. You end up with some sort of crumpet cruller type thing, Barnabas, and a mug of coffee.
Yeah, right. Yes, this is what happens when you're at the front.
Is there anything else that I could do for you, Mr.
No,
Bob?
just look the other way. She's tipping some whiskey in his coffee.
I see. He smiles and just there's no problem with that. He ends up pushing the cart into the next train car.
Okay.
All right. Ghost is going to walk to drink. He's going to drink coffee. He's going to spill a little bit on himself. He's going to head towards the back.
Okay. You do notice that the bounty hunter has gotten up. He says something to the brute. The brute just snarls at him and like finishes off a little bit of bread. And the bounty hunter is actually walking up as you're walking down. I don't know if you go scurrying back to your seat or not.
No, I have little big rat syndrome. I am walking down the middle of the
Alright, he pauses. Excuse me, and he tries to go to the right.
Okay, then he goes to the left, like he's kind of, but it's like he makes it a little bit more awkward than it needs to be.
Okay, give me a perception check, Ghost.
Okay. Is it a trap?
Nope.
Is it really? 32, yeah, boy.
Alright, you spot the two pistols at his belt, some ammunition at his belt, as well as a ring of keys that's fastened to a little clip on his belt.
Oh.
You also know where his wallet is. His wallet, unfortunately, has a chain running from his wallet to his belt.
That ring of keys. Oh, boys. Oh, boys. How
This
good
is
this
that you guys
job?
were kind of like moving around each other. He is facing you, but he is looking forward.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to borrow his keys.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check. Hero point, get the keys from King Renlar. That's a +8 to the roll.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah, boy.
42. Give me your keys. Give me your keys.
Okay, let me just see if they have an iconic build for a gunslinger.
Or know something. Is grit wisdom based?
Yes.
Poopy.
Oh, they didn't. I'm just going to use Ranger instead then.
That's what
They have an iconic, but they didn't build it up yet past first level. No.
No.
I'll roll against first level gunslinger man.
Yeah, no kidding. I think the iconic Ranger is Harsk. Yes, the dwarf. That's fine. He doesn't have favored enemy Nazumi.
Few people would.
Few people do.
Nah, he doesn't notice. He kind of slips by you and click, they're in your hand. What are you doing once you get them in your hand?
Handing them to the bad guy.
Passing. Well, I'm going to slip them into the hand with the donut.
Okay, give me stealth as you're concealing the keys on your person.
Okay. 34.
Okay, they are secured like under the belt of a bandolier that you've got, kind of like stuffed into your chest, in a place people wouldn't normally check for weapons. Well, the bounty hunter actually stops. He looks awkward. He looks awkwardly at Grackle and Mort.
What can I do for you?
What?
You want your first job as a bounty hunter?
Hey, come on, now's your chance. Come on.
He's shuffling side to side a little bit weirdly.
What is it that you need?
Give me a sense motive.
All right, Mort. Your sense motive is garbage.
Yeah. Hey, there's other guys here. Nonsense motive.
Mort got a 7. Just get me into the bounty hunter game.
Okay.
Well,
Or it's like, yeah, and he's standing up on the seat already.
hold on. I'm going to save you here with my +5. Oh, 23.
He has to take a shit.
What is it that you require?
Keep an eye on my bounty. You keep an eye on my bounty for me, and there'll be a shiny imperial gold in it for each of you.
Oh, look, an entire gold piece.
And a good word.
Actually, that's a lot of money for me.
I'll do it.
He
Just have to watch him.
make sure he doesn't try to break out of his bonds. Don't slip him anything. Don't let anyone touch him or get near him.
Yeah, I could do that.
In addition to a gold piece, I'll put in a good word with the bounty hunter that will no doubt ask me about you.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, he nods and is now moving quickly. And by that time, Ghost has gone into the back train. You can see there are 2 lavatories, one to the left, one to the right. Neither are occupied. There's like a little slider that says occupied or not.
Okay.
And then there are rows of like down the central hallway in this train car. There are like sleeper cars and then a big empty area at the back.
How sealed are the doors?
The doors are thin wooden doors. They have like a crisscross of mesh metal with really, really opaque glass that you can't see through, and they have like a latching mechanism. Like you lock them either with a key, but also probably via a latch on the other side.
Okay.
You could probably do this one of 2 ways. You could put something in to flip the latch, or actually just go in and try to get the key. Pick the lock.
We're going to. Well, is there room for me to squeeze out from when I'm inside without opening the door?
Say that again.
Is there room for me to squeeze out from the inside? Like, is it a bathroom stall type door with space above, space below, or is it a full sealed door? Like, is it properly framed door?
Yeah, it's a properly framed door.
Okay.
It goes in. It opens
Okay.
in.
We're just going to take it.
So you get to that one spot. You notice that it's locked, and you're sort of looking at it. At this point in time, you can hear the doors to the front train opening as somebody is quickly moving back because they got to poop.
Okay.
I know those kind of farts. He's got a peeping turtle.
Ghost is going to hop into the bathroom stall.
Okay. Yep. Are you flicking the
I'll flick
occupied?
it to occupied.
Okay. You feel the presence, like just the sound of the floorboards and like the shadow kind of peeking underneath the door. You feel the presence of him, like he was about to go to that one and then goes to the other one, and then you hear the door open and shut and the little lock thing, and then some jingling of a belt. Like hurried jingling of a belt.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
You actually hear his pants fall because his guns are heavy and they're in their holsters, and the whole thing kind of. Fuck! What did I have to eat? Oh! Oh! Something's not quite right with this guy.
Yeah. We're gonna. So, is it? It might be happenstance, or it might be, everybody in the cars we get their ass kicked by a giant man. We're told. So this is a pretty good distraction. We're gonna hop out of the bathroom,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna get lost. Does that guy see? Actually, so if I cast spells, there's a good chance he'll hear me, and he probably knows what spell casting is.
Right now, you can hear the train tracks from his room and the horrible gurgles of what sounds like something not, as Mark put it, or as Mort put it, turtle-like and much more liquid-like. The man is in the middle
distracted.
He is distracted.
We're gonna cast an invisibility
Okay.
inside the stall.
Your casting does not change the grunts and groans that are coming from the adjacent washroom.
Additionally, if he did know that somebody was casting, he couldn't do anything about it. Let's be honest here. We're going to hop out of the stall,
Okay.
re-engage the lock, like with a thieves' tool. Just
Okay, yeah. So basically make it look like it's occupied.
Yep.
All right. DC 15 disable device to fiddle with the lock on the washroom door.
Yep.
Okay, so one round. You look around. You could actually see the lady who is preparing the coffee and everything had left. Like she's leaving to the car further south. But you can hear some yapping, like far off when she opens the doors between the cars. You can see a trio of kobolds. They've got mops and buckets. They're standing around on the next car over, like to the south, and they've got little uniforms on and little square hats. It looks like the janitorial staff includes 3 kobolds, and I've got tokens for these little bastards. Kobold janitors.
Ghost really wants to say clean up and stall too.
Right. They're not. If they do decide to come, they're just gonna have to go through 2 doors, and they'll be able to come and see the hallway that you're in. So you've got time to get to room 6.
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna go. We're invisible, so.
All right. So you pad to room 6.
Yep. Take a listen.
Okay. You don't hear anything.
Okay. We are going to unlock the door. Well, we'll search for traps and we'll unlock the door. Then the wind blew it open, I guess, because.
Okay. You don't see any traps.
Perfect. We unlock the door. I trust that perception roll. I don't know any better. I think technically I get a free trap check because I intentionally look for traps, so I might just be being paranoid. But I'd like to use my.
There it is.
All right, perfect.
You got distracted by the kobold janitors.
I'm distracted about thinking thought of that guy shooting himself all over the place. He's like, I should have known because I could have made one occupied and then went in the other one.
you fiddle with the lock. This lock is ensorcelled, and the DC 15 lock to get into these very simple sleeping chambers is DC 25 instead.
Well, okay. Let's see if I even notice, because I auto-make that. 28.
Okay, so you end up just like popping your thieves tool in, and there's a little pop from the lock, like, oh shit, there was magic I didn't see, and then you play around with the lock and you get it. You get the door open and it clicks open. Immediately, you smell a heady incense or perfume from the room.
He's getting ready to. He knows Draconic, and if he gets seen, he's going to basically say housekeeping in Draconic to pretend he's a kobold and run away.
Okay. So you peek into the room. It's a sleeping chamber, and there is an alligator skin box. It's like a small chest that is just placed inside the doorway. It's like a fancy luggage, but it's basically like alligator leather on top of probably a wooden frame, and there is a weird looking lock in the front of the box. There are some personal effects that look like some brushes. They're not very long. They're not for brushing hair. You see a tooth file
I'm going to use my
some
arcane scent ability,
okay.
and I want to smell the power of a caster in this room because I don't want to know if this is a like piss around in it kind of room or if this is a you are in the wrong hotel room. Dum dum. So arcane scent. It's DC 10 plus the creature's caster level for spellcraft.
Yep.
I'm assuming there's a spell of somebody who has arcane spells in this room.
Not in the room, but has spent time in the room.
Has been in the room within the period of time.
Yep.
Sent to
Yep.
function. Okay. Are they less than a 21st level caster?
Yes. What
Okay.
what do you get? The highest level spell?
I get the highest level spell.
Okay, the highest level spell that is arcane of a creature that has spent time in this room is 5th.
Not so crazy.
That's in the realm of like, be careful.
No,
And you-
Depends what he
third
prepped.
circle spells potentially.
no. 5th circle spells.
5th.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's
Oh,
not
fifth. I
caster.
thought fifth level
No, the DC is based
caster.
on caster.
That's dangerous.
No, it's definitely dangerous, but it's not like, Ebenezer's in there. It's not the freaking...
No, yeah.
The fuck is Ebenezer?
The wrong... I'm trying to think what the Forgotten
Robbie.
Realms wizard.
Elminster.
Elminster.
Elminster,
Okay.
yeah.
Not Ebenezer Scrooge, Elminster the wizard. You know,
Okay, yeah.
you know who I mean. Obviously, you don't know who I mean, but you know who I mean. Ebenezer.
All right, there's this box that's sitting in front of you and some personal effects that you are gathering belong to the Nagaji. You think the brushes are for like brushing your scales, and the tooth sharpener is to, keep your teeth sharp.
Well, let's check for traps on the
On the box? Okay. Give me a perception. That says traps. Give me 2 rolls, actually, as you approach the box. Yes, there is a
37.
sepia snake sigil
And a not good one. Those are the rolls,
on the
so-
box. Anyone who tampers with the lock will set off the sepia snake sigil.
Interesting. We don't want to set off the sepia snake sigil.
Okay.
That would be unfortunate.
You also see that there is the hilt of a sword that looks like it was stashed underneath one of the pillows in the sleeper. Like kind of blankets that were hastily put on top of it to.
Does that go in the?
How big is the sword?
It's medium sized. If you move the pillow, it's a scimitar.
So, does a scimitar act as a spear, staff, or the like, or a javelin or the like? I think the answer is probably no.
A scimitar couldn't fit into the
Yeah, efficient quiver.
efficient quiver. No.
All right. Okay, we're gonna pick up that. The scimitar is now mine. It turns invisible with me. I'll figure out what to do with it later. It has been confiscated. It's a legal weapon on the train.
Nice.
That's the best thing about robbing criminals. They never call the authorities.
Okay. We're going to then leave the room, relock the door.
Okay. As you're relocking the door, it looks like the kobold janitors are out and they're pilfering what's left of the coffee and the treats. One of them's keeping an eye out the way you are. One of them's keeping the eye out the other way, and they're eating leftovers. You could hear the door opening. The bounty hunter steps out. He kind of grunts a little bit and then goes back in.
All right. Now, the bringing keys.
Yep.
We're gonna head back to the bathroom.
Okay. So you hop back into the bathroom
We hop back into the bathroom.
after opening the bathroom and
opening
coming
it,
back.
and slipping in.
There is somebody that is coming to the south with the cart, which is empty. As you hop back into the bathroom, you actually see the cart being pushed. It is not your break time. Get out of there! He's yelling at the kobolds, which go running into another car.
This ring of keys.
Yep.
Are they like 3 general purpose keys, or are they very specific keys?
You had walked by and saw his prisoner. There's probably a set of keys to unbind his wrists, and then a set of keys to unbind his feet.
Okay.
There is a third key that is thick and iron, and you're not sure what that's for.
Well, the key that looks like it's for his wrist and the key that looks for its feet are going to be inserted into the blueberry pastry.
Okay.
The third key I'm going to keep till I find something that looks like a third lock. It's going to get his mechanical horse or something. Fucking ass mecha pony. And the shitter. What kind of shitter is it?
What do you mean?
Where does the poo-poo go?
It's a seat with a hole in it, and there's a latch off to the side that opens up a flap that leads to the tracks.
Okay, we look up. Is there anything we could stoosh in the ceiling or a place to hide the scimitar?
Yeah, there's a vent that goes between the shitter and probably
Okay,
the outside.
we're gonna crawl up there and hide the sword.
Okay, so you stuff the scimitar into the thing and close the vent.
Yep. And then we're gonna no longer invisible. We're gonna flush. And then we're gonna make our way no longer invisible. Make our way back to the towards our seat, and on the way by, we're going to just sleight of hand the pastry into the giant's general area.
All right, let's rewind a little bit of time. So
I don't know they're guarding the fire.
yeah, Mort. You go by and the bounty hunter had run off to the washroom. You had noticed Rat had also gone off to the washroom ahead of him.
Don't think I'm gonna go to the washroom. I will shit my pants before I lose my post.
Ugh. That's some nice armor you got there.
Yep. I'm fond of it.
Did you steal it from somebody? How'd you earn it?
I earned it. By clubbing his head in.
Doing well. Yeah, that's a good way to earn things. You don't want to be a bounty hunter.
Why not? You get money for fighting.
Looks like you doing pretty good at making money for fighting on your own. You don't need all those rules, paying
What?
dues.
Dudes! Rules!
Yeah.
Well, fuck this.
I'll shit my pants before leaving my post. There's rules, you know. Rules!
So there's just no more.
Shouldn't have trusted Mort. Mort gave me no reason to trust him. Let's be honest here.
All right. So if you just let him sit alone, some time passes. Ghost, you didn't see Mort. Actually, you saw Mort kind of getting up. You assumed that he was going to help out, but nobody was watching him. This man you caught was like looking over his shoulder and flexing against the bonds.
We're gonna give him a goofy, like a kind of a. We're gonna sort of flick him a blueberry pastry, a heavy blueberry pastry.
Okay, he grabs it with both hands and starts eating it.
And we are making our way to our seat and gonna be basically. Now we need to convince Barnabus that he needs to take a shit.
All right, so you get to hear. You were looking at the general to see if you could like piss him off anymore. He's making a point to not. Like, he's actually looking out the window and like thinking his evil thoughts, his evil old man thoughts. Hey, who are you? There's a gnome that is talking to you. She pats the seat
Ghost
beside you.
He's like, he's drunk over the thing. My sword's in the shitter. Yeah, sure, why not?
Hey, I'm Jamna. Who are you?
Ghost.
Oh, on the count of your white fur?
Yeah, and that, and then sometimes I disappear.
Oh. I like riding the trains. You meet all sorts of interesting people on the trains.
First time on a train, actually.
You feel
It
all
is
right?
pretty-
You were back there for quite a while.
Yeah, I had the rat shits. It's a Nizumi thing.
She giggles.
Yeah, you probably don't want to put rats in your mouth.
She was watching you.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got good eyes.
Yeah, you learn a lot about people watching them when they travel. They let their guards down. They get tired, they eat lots, they don't sleep very much.
Coin purses get heavy.
Oh, it's such a tragedy, the things that people leave behind.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, here's your sack of money. You probably needed it on your trip, and you left it behind.
It's really unfortunate.
Just gotta beat the kobold janitors before. Finders keepers. It's an important rule.
He offers a claw. Hi.
Yeah. She shakes her hand.
And we get off the train and never see Ghost and Chunker again, as they've engaged in a new life of crime.
Robbing
The
trains.
Gnome Nizumi Mafia. Robbing the trains. Just pickpockets on trains.
They're just known as the 3-foot mafia.
You with those people at the front?
Somebody's got.
What are you doing traveling with humans in that really dirty gnome? The Wrinklevorts are known for cursing people.
Every man's uncle.
No, but I've heard about their family before. They're a wicked bunch.
Gotta make money somehow.
Yeah, that's right. Gotta make money somehow.
So, your destination is the train, yeah?
Hmm?
Your destination is the train?
Oh, you asking where I'm going?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ride this line occasionally. Give me a sense motive.
This is a Marty-built NPC-style character, so I will roll my d20. 6.
6. Yeah.
What do I believe?
She occasionally rides.
She occasionally rides the train. At this point, I'm pretty convinced she's a pickpocket who rides the train for. That's a job.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm visiting my mumsy in the capital. She says.
Mumsy.
Yeah, she makes really good tea. Yeah, she's getting up there in years. Gotta make sure that she's and she's kind of looking out the window, and it sounds reasonable.
Yep. Yep. Oh, yeah. It's good to have a mama.
Well, where are you guys headed?
The elf place.
Elsir Vale? Oh, you're getting off in Haxbridge?
Yeah.
Or you're getting off in Dinovar?
I think the second one. I wasn't really paying attention, to be perfectly honest.
Oh yeah, once we reach Haxbridge, the place between the two rivers is basically old elven lands. They've all been conquered. They're all pacified.
Well, apparently there's some more pacifying to do out there.
Oh, the Lyriad Woods are actually really nice. You see a lot of it from the train.
Yeah. A lot of it from the train.
Yeah, Dinovar is not a bad spot. What brings you to Dinovar?
Old elf business.
Old elf business. Yeah, intriguing. La blah blah what I know what I do. She's speaking Elven to you. Ithval Wolfstad Nenavin?
We'll go back in Sylvan. Best I got is watch out for fairy shit in Sylvan. Like,
You should learn Elven. If you're gonna go to Elven lands, do Elven business. Elven business, huh?
the nerd is for.
She looks over. Which one? The big guy?
He's the cook.
Oh, the guy in the hat?
That's the nerd.
Nerd. Must be a halfling word.
I could totally see it being a halfling word. Just a bunch of halflings just talking, gibbering on the sidewalk. Someone walks by. Nerd!
Huh. So he's your leader, huh?
pays the bills. Pays the
He doesn't look elven.